This is a demo of the TotoCube bubble chart. So we're going to go into the configuration panel, and the first thing you're going to see is that this panel looks different. It's than all the other panels for all the other charts except for scatter chart. And the reason for that is because the scatter chart requires two numerical measures, and the bubble chart requires three numerical measures. And in the rest of the examples are using an adverse event case collection, and we're plotting those. There's only one numerical measure that I have at my disposal, and that is the number of cases. So I created a sample of geography, and then estimate sales and expenses, basically some kind of an accounting or manufacturing sales situation where you would have your estimates, then sales, and finally the expenses, and you could plot the profit if need be, or calculate the profit if need be. But I needed three numerical measures, so let's generate the chart. And there you go. This is the chart. So here it shows you all. Maybe here this is better. So if it shows you all three measures, it shows you where the chart's from. And so the size of the chart is basically dictated by the z-axis. So obviously x-axis and the y-axis are pretty clear, the horizontal and the vertical. And in the case of the bubble chart, the relative size of the bubble, I should say, is the z-axis. In terms of filtering, there is another video that talks all about filtering. I encourage you to see that. There are some other options here. I'm not going to really focus on most of these options. They're pretty clear, including creating changing into the axes to logarithmic instead of linear. And then there's the regression line one. I am going to click that, and let's just generate this one with a regression line. And again, because it's so simple and so linear, it fits to a T. In the real world, that's very, very unlikely. You would get bubbles up and down the line, just slightly away from it, and the line is a best approximation fit kind of thing. But yeah, for demo, it's just a very smooth linear function. We also have the data panel, and the data panel, we can save it as an image. If we want, we can export it to TotoViewer, except that is disabled. That's an interactive file format that lets you send this to someone who can view it with the same level of interactivity that you can. You can also save this report so you can recreate it anytime, especially if you have a lot of filtering. You've put in a lot of work in it in terms of getting it just right. You can save the report and then access it later. There is another video that talks about saving and publishing reports. And finally, the confirmation report just prints us the underlying data in a report, because here everything is aggregated and is sort of a total rolled up, so you can see what went into these numbers. That pretty much is it for the bubble charts.